music is, to me, ecstatic. I mean, I just have this sense of ecstasy when I'm playing.
It introduces a whole subculture to a population down here who's unfamiliar with it completely. So in that sense, it brings people together.
We have played the same gigs for 23 years, and a lot of the audience comes every year, so we have a following.
And so there's a new community that's formed. Back in 1996, we decided we would form a band. At that time, I was playing in the jazz groups. I was also playing the classical orchestra, and Sandy was playing some Balkan music. What we did was we solicited from those groups, played music for them, they were interested in it, and they played here in this room. 10 people used to sit here and rehearse. Not everybody was familiar with playing klezmer style, so everybody brought their own sound into it. As time went on, they became more familiar, so you had this strange mix of people who were gradually assimilating the klezmer style. It provided a little sparkle in the sound of the band.
I could say Bella, Bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I try to explain from Memphis to Shane. So kiss me and say you understand. Take it away.
When this music came to the United States, early in the 20th century, each record company had their own klezmer band. They encountered jazz and some of the styles from marching bands, so the whole style of the music changed, so it was sort of appropriate that we had this mix.
In our band at the beginning, we had Southern Baptists who played Dixieland. Of course, both of us grew up Jewish in families where it's played at weddings and parties and celebrations.
It's the party music or celebratory music of the Yiddish-speaking Jews of Eastern Europe, mainly in the area around the Black Sea.
Krechts, krech, which is supposed to imitate sobbing or a cry, is the main ornamentation of klezmer music.
So if you listen to Yiddish people singing, there are lots of bends and twists and moans and things like that. And so those styles crept in when you started to play the violin, the clarinet. It's influenced by Turkish music, Greek music, Romanian music. It's a whole mix in that area. Then it diffuses out past that.
I've always regarded Magnolia as an outreach. Most of the gigs that we do are for international things, very big venues, Weaver Street Market here, Carborough Music Festival.
We played at the festival in Cary, and this woman in the audience got up like she had suddenly been shocked and started dancing. And this has happened several times where we've played and suddenly people have appeared and started dancing. They recognized the music. I mean, the music is something they heard when they were younger, and it just jolted them, and they responded to it.
There was that woman who wanted us to play at her church, and she said, "You people have more bounce to the ounce," or something.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah. More bounce to the ounce.
More bounce to the ounce, yeah.
Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose. We were young and sure to have our way. Oh, we were young.
When we first were here, there was a Cat's Cradle. Now there are numerous clubs, giving people a chance to hear music that they had not heard. They brought a Balkan band to Duke performances, and the place was packed with people from the Balkans who were dancing in the aisles. There's a huge Indian community here that has a very rich tradition of music, and they keep that going. So all this has blown up over the past 20 years, because influx of people with different interests, increase in the number of clubs, performing arts things from the universities, and ethnic groups forming their own organizations to perpetuate their music.
We still hope to reach everybody, as long as we last.